Okay, welcome everybody tonight to our January 3rd, 2022 workshop. Happy New Year to everybody. Um, with us tonight are council persons. We have Steve Moreau, Steve Vedetti, Sylvia Santiago, and our new council person, Eve Lincoln. Our receiver of taxes is also with us, Sue Scheibel, and Highway Superintendent Anthony Feo. And our town clerk is here taking some minutes. And our town attorney is here, and George Myers is here. So let's get going. The first item, we had a kind of a short agenda. First item on the agenda is our annual Partners for Safety drug testing contract. They pretty much left the cost the same. They had one increase of $3 for some walk-in, but other than that, their costs remain the same for 2022 as they were for 2021, which thankful for that. They've been very good to us and appreciate the work that they do for the town. The next item on the agenda is the Ethics Board disclosure form. So there's been a new form been kicked around for a while. And the Ethics Board has contacted me and I think Dave Zagon, and they'd like to get it approved at this town board meeting on Wednesday. So, hey, Dave, you want to make a little presentation on what you think some of the changes are regarding what they recommended?
Sure, but honestly, George, I mean, there's really not much that I see that's
Okay.
been changed from previous years. A couple of the things that they tried to add, and this was done without my counsel. I didn't see it until after they had it ready, but they seemingly wanted spouses of those actual town officials who do have to fill out this disclosure form to fill this out as well. That's, in my opinion, something that's completely unnecessary and probably improper. So I removed that in the copy that I sent around, the last copy that I sent around. And I just made it so that those that are specifically designated in the town code, and I set forth the section, it's section 25-6 of the town code. Those designated individuals will have to fill out this form. And then one other thing that Steve Bedetti pointed out to me, which I agreed with, and I discussed with George, he agreed with as well, where it says in the beginning for questions 1 through 3, it was asking if you, meaning the person filling out this form, or your employer, your spouse and others, if any of the information that was requested was applied to those individuals as well. And with regard to your employer, obviously everybody who's going to be filling this form out is employed in some capacity by the town of New Windsor. So we just put the caveat in there that it's with regard to your employer other than the town of New Windsor, should you be employed by someone else. Other than that, there really isn't much that's different.
So wait, let me just ask you something. Now, when we're taking the spouses out and they say other designated individuals as per section 25, whatever, is that what you're going to add it?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
As per section 25-6, which that section sets out all the specific individuals who have to fill it out. Town supervisor, town council people, town attorney.
Mm-hmm. And now in the next paragraph, it says for questions 1 through 3.
Yeah.
I think we need to add in there domestic partners.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, George.
That's all right.
Okay. We'll do that if it's not in there already.
Now, number 3, have any arrangements or interest in any corporate or other business entity which has any commercial or business interest in town of New Windsor or any of its employees, officials. So that stays?
That stays.
Okay. I think the bottom, someplace on here, there should be what date that we kind of adopted this, like 1/2022, someplace, just so future boards see when it was taken.
Okay, I'll add that as well.
Number 6, please list any other jobs that you were compensated for, receive benefits from. So is that any place else that you might work?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
other than the town, obviously.
So say I know that I do some security work for other people, that would have to list this on here even though they don't have anything to do with town. Okay,
Yes.
okay. And number 7, I think we also got to put domestic partners in there too, and that.
Okay.
Okay, so let me start with Steve Moreau. Steve, any comments that you have?
No, you and I talked about it briefly, and I think you just touched them all, right? I can't remember. I feel like,
Okay, well, what I'm going to ask Dave to do is to make these changes that we talk about now, and I'll
I'll
get
do
it
that
out
in
to
the morning.
everybody tomorrow to make sure that everybody sees what it is that we're voting on Wednesday, okay? So I'll get out to you tomorrow. All right, Steve Bedetti, anything else?
No, they're the ones we spoke about.
Okay, Sylvia,
No, I don't have anything. Thank you.
Eve,
No, so this form is hasn't really been changed much, is what I'm gathering. Just those little details you just went over. But this is
Yeah, I mean, my take on it is it hasn't been changed much. I think I did send around and the old version as well. If you don't have it for whatever reason, just let me know and I'll get that to you as well so you can compare.
okay. No, it seems standard.
okay, so that's what we'll do then, David. Tomorrow we'll kind of firm this up, get it out to the board members so they sure what we're talking about on Wednesday, and that everybody agrees what it should be. So just as an aside, the ethics code itself, we're going to try and tackle that again in February. And so we should probably be prepared to talk about any comments at the next workshop about the code itself. And one of the things that we're changing there is that there's not going to be a town employee on the ethics board. So therefore, we have to appoint someone, which we have, I think, 6 or 7 applicants that have sent in. So once we kind of get that new code approved, then I think we need to take a look at the applicants and come up with what we think is the best person to appoint to the board. So that will be for February. So I just wanted to say that we should be ready to do that. The next item on the agenda is the engineering for the town and professional services of 2022. I'm pretty much would like to stay with Mike Weeks's firm, McGaughy Hauser Wessel. There was a slight increase on their end, and it was 4% on his charge to the town and 3% for applicants. So I think the town is like $95, applicants were 159. So last year I asked him not to raise anything. I don't think we raised anything last year. So that will be on the agenda, and it will be now $95 an hour for general town engineering services and $159 an hour for reimbursed by planning board applicants, people like that. So that will be on the agenda too. The last public item I have on this agenda is for the census FlexNet customer portal. This has something to do with our water bills, and our receiver taxes is with us now. And Susie, you want to just talk to this a little bit, why you think it's a good idea?
Yeah, I mean, I know Steve Bidetti was excited too. He came into my office a few times going over this. And I've been excited about it since it was first introduced. It gives the residents an opportunity to log on and see their readings on their meters, see their water usage. They can set alerts to let them know if they go above a certain amount of water usage or cubic feet, or if they want to know if they've had water running for X amount of hours. They set all those notifications on their own. It's a tool that I know the residents would like because I've spoken to a lot when they call and they ask, when I'm reviewing their accounts with them, they ask how can they see this themselves. So I think it would be a huge add-on.
Yeah, okay. I think that I've been sold on this too, and the cost is $27,000, but the money's left over from the capital project to install the new meters.
Yep.
So I think that it's probably something that we should look at favorably, but this will be on the agenda too. And Stephen, since you looked at this a lot, you got any comments, Daddy?
No, it's
Okay. All right.
yeah, glad you brought it up and we're doing it now. It's going to be good
All
for a
right,
lot of
yeah, I
people.
was a little hesitant to do it, but I was convinced by Susan and John McDonald that it looked like something that we should do. And once I saw that the money was left over in the capital budget, then I was like, okay, we'll do it. Okay, that's the public portion of this meeting, and we'll get back to the public again on Wednesday when we'll be virtual again because of the COVID epidemic that seems to be going on. We have some cases here in town hall and some of our relatives. So the thing is really spiking, and it looks like maybe next couple of weeks it will spike some more. And then we're all kind of hopeful that by the end of the month that we kind of get out of this. So we'll see everybody on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, same place. Okay. So John McDonald?